Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now.
So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subject som kräver konsolbabba så felina. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to Wanna Bet. We appreciate you tuning in. I've got Meatball here under the table hanging out with us. That's special. It's also special to have the bibs back on for the first time in a long time. It's been too long. Why are we wearing bibs? Because we smashed the bets. It's what we do. Mallet, I didn't do the best job putting that mallet back together. I was down a lobster beltway bet. It's a 3 lobster night. I'm sitting here looking around. Can't find the third lobster. True story. Meaty had the third lobster. Kira's got the 10.5. Kira's got the 10.5. If you get that reference and you send a thing in, comment within the hour, I will find a way to get you a Wanna Bet hoodie. But it's got to be timestamped. I'm going to say within a half hour. You got to be watching in real time. I got the 3 lobsters. Meaty's got my heart. Kira's got the 10.5. And Beltway Ben is the goddamn man. I'm not going to belabor the point here. I had a good night. It wasn't great. It would have been great if that would have been a 30-yard reception for Shaheed instead of a 30-yard rush. If Parkinson could have held on to the ball when he had a chance to catch 125 yards downfield, or he had gotten 4 more yards. We killed the NBA. We had a good night on that NFL game. We should have hit the money line on the Rams, whatever. But Beltway Ben, the floor is yours. You had like a 15-unit night, brother. I mean, lobster.
Yeah, it was pretty great. Finished up a lot on my own, just playing different things. But on this show, we cashed a lot of big-time bets. The Ferguson anytime touchdown that was not a half-unit play, was a full-unit play. After the first one got taken away, I was complaining about it to my dad for probably 20 minutes. Just, are you kidding me? I mean, we're going to call that here, whatever, blah, blah, blah. What are we doing? And then they get it to him again. And that cashed the plus 500. I was pretty spot on that I thought they tried to give him the football. Stafford likes going to Puka a lot, and it's hard rooting for anybody else. But eventually he got it to Ferguson wide open down the field to get us over our yardage, our receptions. We had Jared Verse to record a sack, and we had that tackles parlay. Both of those cashed. Kenneth Walker, 2+ receptions. That cashed. Both parlays that we had in overtime cashed. And then we split in the NBA. We had a plus 190 that if Jalen Williams could have done a little bit more, we would have cashed that. But we also said take SGA 30+ points by itself. And he finally came through for us. Hits a 3 with about 15 seconds left in the third quarter. He wasn't going to play the fourth. Thankfully, he knocked that 3 down to get us there. But in the NFL, I mean, we didn't lose a single bet. And we also tailed you on the Sam Darnold passing yards, which for a while looked cooked. And all of a sudden, he got it going late.
No, Stafford and Darnold came through for us. The officials did not. That touchdown cost 4 points. You had the 2-point conversion, which, look, the guys on the field weren't going to call. Big Brother jumped in on that one from referee Central Command at Park Avenue, where there's zero transparency or accountability. So, yeah, it's still crazy to me that the Rams money line plus 110 didn't cover. We played that right. We waited till we got maximum value. And it took a lot of weird shit for that not to hit, but I guess that's betting.
Quick question. So if Emmanuel Forbes picks that up and runs all the way back to the other end zone, even though the whistle's blown dead, what are we calling that? Are they getting the 2 points for it? I mean, come on.
No, they would have just called it a dead ball.
They probably would have called it taunting or some bull, whatever.
Yeah. So, anywho, that's gonna maybe mess up some of my Rams futures bets. Like winning the division. What are you going to do? So anyway, if you're new to the show and you got through all that, thank you. Because there's a lot of inside baseball. But this is what we do 7 days a week. Yeah, 7 days a week. I don't know, probably 350 days a year. First, second, third down, 3 of our favorite plays we made since yesterday's show. Fourth down, could be fourth and long. A bet that will pay you off, not for a long time, like a future. A bet that's a big long shot, or it could be fourth and short. Quick hitters, something to get you paid quickly in a game. It's football and football season. Yeah, soccer and football. So we've got a parlay in at least one of those sports for you every single day in overtime. And yeah, we're ready to get her going. The Premiership is back this weekend, and one of these matches kicks off at 7:30 tomorrow morning, and the other one kicks off at 10. I'm not sure if we're going to have another show done by then or not. I sure as hell know we're not going to have one by 7:30 a.m. So let's get our soccer plays out here now. Chelsea and Newcastle. We are going to play both teams to score an over 2.5 total goals at -110. Newcastle at home. 75% of their home games have gone over the 2.5. 75% of their home games have featured both teams scoring. Yeah, there's been a lot of goals in Newcastle home games. They've scored 14 in 8 home games. They're averaging basically 3 total goals per game at home. We've got a Chelsea side that haven't been as good at Stamford Bridge this year as normal. Hey, Meaty. But they do get it done on the road, Beltway Ben. They've scored 15 times on the road in 8 games. That's second most in the Premiership. And again, Newcastle, they've been conceding every home game except for one. The BTTS has only hit half the time on Chelsea on the road, but that's because they played some lesser sides that couldn't really threaten them. Newcastle up top right now. Gordon finishing in the box. Gordon, penalty kicks. Our guy BDN holding up the ball, laying it off for people. And obviously he can finish with his head and his feet. Newcastle score at home. They've scored in every game at home. 5 straight games, Beltway Ben, at home. Newcastle has scored at least twice. So we expect there to be goals in that one. Also, we've jumped on Bournemouth to beat Burnley. We've been fading Burnley religiously here, along with Wolverhampton. And we like our guy Antoine Semenyo to have a goal or an assist in this match. Look, Burnley are shite. They have 1 win, no draws, and 7 defeats in 8 home games. That is 19th in the Prem. They have a -12 goal differential. Oh, meatball. They have a -12 goal differential on the road. That is obviously shite. There have been at least 3 goals in every Burnley road match. Now, Bournemouth have only conceded 5 times in 8 games at home, so they've been airtight. Bournemouth can score and score in bunches, and Burnley's constantly conceding multiple goals at home. I'm sorry, on the road. 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 5, 3, 3. Even Wolverhampton scored twice at home to Burnley. How about Semenyo? Well, look, he had a great start to the season. He went through a long goalless funk. He scored last week. We thought he would score last week. We were on it. We didn't give it out here. We wanted to see that hit again, but it did. I mean, this guy's got 7 goals and 3 helpers in the Prem. He's going against a shite defense that constantly gives up scoring chances on the road. It's a Burnley team that's probably going to have to open it up and try to score themselves here. They can't play for 0-0, and they've got to get at least a point off of this match, and we think our Cherries can score early. Semenyo, one of the few African players not going home for African Cup of Nations. Ghana somehow didn't qualify for that tournament. He got real fiery. It looked like he kind of got his mojo back in that match, the crazy match they played against City. He's a handful in the box. I don't think Burnley's back line is going to be able to hold him off. And he has routinely been involved in goals at home for the Cherries. He has a goal or an assist in 3 of their 4 home wins. We believe this will be home victory number 5 for the Cherries, and Semenyo will be a part of their goal-scoring action. Bournemouth to win, Semenyo, goal or assist, plus 118. That was at FanDuel, by the way. That was not a bet 365. FanDuel had significantly better odds on this than any place else I found.
I got 2 plays for today, and it's neither of the college football playoff, but they are a game that starts right here around 2:30. We're going to go with NC State 275 plus passing yards plus 105. FanDuel did not have their passing yards. Of course they didn't. So we had to play it elsewhere. Fanatics did have this a little bit more than I wanted to pay, but I just took it up here. Instead of playing minus 175 for 250 plus and parlaying it with something else, we're just going to take 275 plus and get it at plus money for plus 105. And on the other side of that, we're also going to play the over in this game. Memphis versus NC State over 56.5 minus 110. Both of these run defenses are fine. They play solid. They've done enough against the run. Now, on the other side, neither passing defense has been very good. And sometimes in these bowl games, when you get those types of matchups with offenses that have shown what they can do throwing the football and defenses that are solid against the run but struggle against the pass, we get these shootouts with both teams scoring 30-plus points, both offensive coordinators saying, I can do better than you, and going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I think that's what we're going to get today in this Memphis and NC State game. CJ Bailey is the quarterback for NC State. He is the guy who basically we're taking for 275-plus passing. It's been a roller coaster every year. Some games he throws for 200, some he's gone for over 300. It's just been all over the place. Their passing game, I would say, has been inconsistent to a point, but in a lot of matchups against bad passing defenses, we've seen him throw for a ton of yards. And right now, we don't know what his future is. There's talk that he could enter the portal. I mean, he's a 4-star heading in there last year in his sophomore season, and I think probably he'll go to the portal because he can get some money, but he wants to show well in this game for that, and he doesn't want to be handing the football off. And I know he can make plays with his legs, but I trust his arm just a little bit more against the Memphis defense that has not stopped any of the elite passing offenses they played. We saw it against East Carolina. We saw it against South Florida. They struggle against the top passing offenses. And NC State, ACC is not great, but it's better than the AAC. So I do think NC State, their passing offense will get going. I think the same about Memphis, which is why we're playing the total at 56.5 over. It's a big number. I get all that. But like I said at the beginning, when you have two high-powered passing offenses against two subpar passing defenses, and also a defense that can stop the run, you should get I can do better than you throwing the football, and I think that's from both sides. So give me Memphis, NC State over 56.5 at minus 110, and we're also going to play NC State 275 plus passing yards plus 105.
Like it. Just saw the Kennesaw State line on our screen. Apologize. All apologies for that one, by the way. It took all of 5 minutes for me to know that Kennesaw State money line was cooked.
34-0. That's crazy. With just runs, they've completed 2 passes.
Yeah. No, it's I could not have skull F that more if I tried. Second down. Let's go back to our Tulsa Golden Hurricane. They are playing against Western Kentucky tonight. Western Kentucky team that runs and guns it. So what have we done here? We've taken the total down to 155.5. It's up at about 158 now. So we're taking it down by a 3-pointer. And we like Tulsa to win this game. So Tulsa money line over 155.5 plus 165. Tulsa's 10-1. Tulsa's looked really good against teams outside of the top 150 or so. Western Kentucky definitely applies. Now, Tulsa's on the road. They haven't played a ton of road games, but they did score 84 in one, 88 in another. Not quite the 100 they're hanging on home and neutral spots. But look, this is an offense that's ridiculous. Top 40 in offensive efficiency, 14th in effective field goal. They don't turn the ball over. They're in the top 100 in that. They're a top 110 team in offensive rebounding, a top 30 team in defensive rebounding. They're shooting the 3 ball at 42%. They get to the line a ton, top 10 in that category. They're also top 60 in steals. So you've got a high-octane offense that kills it with threes, can also beat you with twos that create fast break opportunities. What about Western Kentucky? They just want to run and gun, top 40 in tempo. They're 280th in the country defending the 3 ball. Marshall hung 77 on them. I don't know. Tulsa's not great defending the 3 ball, but Western Kentucky's not super special shooting it. Look, Tulsa is 6-2 to the over in their last 8. I think there's 160 points here. And Tulsa's a small favorite. They're like laying minus 2.5. It wouldn't shock me if they won this game by 7 points or more. We think they're the better team. We think they can win with the 3 ball, win with the 2 ball, win with defense. and win with turnovers. So there we go. Tulsa money line over 155.5.
I will go to the college football playoff market, but we're going to tomorrow. Ole Miss over 283.5 passing yards minus 114 in that matchup with Tulane. Now we'll start with Tulane's passing defense, one of the bottom passing defenses in their conference on the year. But that conference I talked about a little bit before with the AC, they're fast paced. They throw a lot of deep passes. Like there's a lot of passing going on in that conference, and those teams have success. And it also doesn't help some of the teams like Tulane where you have a solid offense and it looks bad. But now you're going to get into the college football playoff where you're going to play a team in the SEC and Ole Miss that had a lot of success throwing the football with Chambliss. Now, the transfer from Ferris State led them to the D2 National Championship. He was the backup behind Simmons coming into the year. And once Simmons went down with the injury, Chambliss took over. And, the rest was history. I mean, the guy's been awesome. He's thrown for 300-plus passing yards in 8 games this season, 250-plus in 9. And he's been very, very comfortable throwing the football. And a lot of that was under Lane Kiffin. And I know Lane Kiffin is an offensive mind, and he definitely had an impact on some of that. But they brought back the majority of their staff. They're going to coach for the college football playoff before heading to Baton Rouge with that coward. I think in this spot, we're going to see Ole Miss throwing the football a bunch, beating up on this Tulane team because there is still some talk. Like, people are trying to question, are they legit without Lane Kiffin and all those good things? They're going to throw the football. They're going to run it up. I don't think they have any issue with Tulane. And one thing that stands out a little bit in this matchup, like Tulane can score a little bit. And if they're able to give Ole Miss a little bit of a sweat in the first half, it should guarantee that Ole Miss is aggressive throwing the football throughout the second half. And even if they're up big, you're going to get backups into the game. And you want to see what these guys have, especially for a new coaching staff, who's coming back, who's leaving. A lot of reports that Chambliss probably will leave. Should have been in the Heisman, top 4 for the Heisman or top 3 for the Heisman. So it is what it is. But I do think the way that he throws the football and the success that he's had, I don't know that Tulane comes in there and stops him. Give me Ole Miss over 283.5 passing yards at minus 114.
I wish Meaty would just lay by my feet, but like Ben, Meaty's giving me a lot of angst right now.
What's he pulling the cord?
There's a lot of cords around here, and he keeps moving. Like I'm waiting for this lamp to just. Halftime. There you go. That's inside baseball. Halftime. Third down. We got to keep riding our guy, Jacoby Brissett. Shame on us for getting off the Brissett train last week against Houston because Houston's the best pass defense in the NFL, and Houston isn't conceding much in garbage time. And so we thought Houston, with the Cardinals being beat up, might just put the clamps on them. We figured Houston would win big. Maybe they put the clamps on them. Nobody puts the clamps on Jacoby Brissett, buddy. Don't eat that. Nobody puts the clamps on Jacoby Brissett. Who does he face this week? He faces Atlanta. How's that been going? Well, Atlanta's allowed 27 points in 5 of their last 6 games. Atlanta's back to having no pass rush whatsoever and giving up some big plays. Arizona's defense also sucks. Why do I bring all that up? I think this is a dead-over game. I think Kirk Cousins is trying to show off for his next employer. Brissett is the NFL's leading passer since week 6 when he took over. 2,708 yards. I don't think any of that's changing, and I think both teams are chasing points against bad defenses till the end. Could be a case of first 1 to 30 wins, and the Cardinals can't run the ball. So all that game script, I like. 35 attempts, he's doing that every week. He's got 36 attempts or more in 8 of the last 9, and he's routinely throwing the ball 40 times or more. He has at least 249 passing yards or more, Beltway Ben, in 9 straight games. Again, 2,708 passing yards since week 6. How about the 2 passing touchdowns? Well, he's done that in 8 of his last 9, and Atlanta's given up at least 2 passing touchdowns in 5 of their last 8 games. Plus 230, let's go. I don't see this Brissett thing stopping until, frankly, the season's over.
Yeah, third down, we are going to go to tonight's college football playoff matchup. Saved it for third down because wanted to keep you guys intrigued, and I knew I would get to something like this. We have, is it updated? Are we good? Third down. Oklahoma on the money line, minus 110, which you can find in a lot of spots. They've shifted. They opened up as an underdog, and as the week's gone on, clearly some money is coming in on them, and big money, because I've seen the public has been all over Alabama And I just think in this spot, I'm going to go with the team that I've seen do it against Alabama before. DeBoer, a lot of rumors about Michigan. And
Ooh, yeah.
I can't believe that
Spicy.
because how is Alabama going to lose a coach to Michigan? But the fact that that job is still open, like, I don't know. Maybe there is something to it. Now, if they win this game and advance to next week and everything, maybe they settle it with someone else. Maybe Dillingham, they can ultimately pull away from Arizona State as alma mater. But I don't know. I think there's something to this DeBoer rumors. He's put out a statement and kind of I wasn't really buying that. I think that there's a chance that he legitimately goes to Michigan. Didn't at first. Again, how was Alabama losing a coach? But here we are. Now, Oklahoma, they're not in that spot. Oklahoma's having the best year that we've seen from them in a pretty long time, and they've needed that. With Moneyline Mateer coming in, he's been awesome. I've been a huge fan of his. I like what he's brought there, and he hasn't been the same since suffering the hand injury. I fully get all that, but this defense is one of the best in the country. Now, Alabama's got a solid defense as well, but I don't think they're what Oklahoma is. That showed in the last matchup when it was a really tight game, but Oklahoma ultimately came out on top. Last year when they faced off, Oklahoma was able to get the win, so they've shown that they can beat a DeBoer-led Alabama team. I haven't seen it yet from DeBoer, and again, these rumors are getting hot and swirling. Players hear all these things, especially in this era with NIL. Like, now guys are like, well, now I have a reason to want to enter the portal. Now I have a reason to go and talk to this team or to flirt with maybe leaving. I don't know. I just think Alabama's in a very odd spot that they haven't been in a long time with the coaching. And when they hired him, they thought he was the guy. I just don't know. I think that this is the spot that Oklahoma's defense leads them. I was going to play Oklahoma passing yards, but just with the Alabama passing defense, I was a little worried. Ultimately, I fell on Oklahoma on the money line at -110.
Excellent. Fourth down. These are going to be fourth and long for me because they are long reception alt markets, which we've been having some good success in. We will hit. Well, actually, we're playing the hits on both of them. These have both been guys we've been on recently. We'll start with Nico Collins, a long reception of at least 30 yards, plus 125. You can play these at Bet365. He has a reception of 29 or more in 3 straight games. Collins' long receptions at home this season, 57-24, 54-26, 37-29. So he's either been over it or right around it. Stroud has loved launching balls to him left and right lately. They're playing a Vegas team that they frankly can destroy. They're taking more deep shots now than they have in quite some time in that offense. And you got a Vegas team that's allowed a reception of at least 27 yards or more in 7 of the last 8 games. Like, Collins has got 85 yards receiving or more in 4 of the last 6. He's got 70 plus in 5 of the last 7. He's getting targets. He's making the most of them. And I think he's in store to have a big game here against a horseshit defense. So for plus 125, we like that. And we're also going back to Bijan, 20 or more reception, plus 210. This hit against Tampa. And he's facing an Arizona team that also has their issues against running backs. 81% completion percentage throwing to running backs against Arizona. A 109.8 passer rating when you throw to running backs against Arizona. I mean, he's got 20 targets, this Bijan, in his last 3 games. Like, Cousins has no problem throwing it to him. He had the one we should have hit for 30 yards, the sideline route he ran where he almost dragged the second foot in and didn't. Like, I think you're going to see him split out wide. You're going to see him all over the place. He's hit this. He's got a reception of 20 or more in 3 of the last 4 games. I like the 30-yard as well. If you want to go there, I ain't mad at you. That's still around plus 6, like 6-1. But I feel like the 20 is a little more baked into the cake. And I think he can do it with Yak against a bad tackling defense. I also think he can do it split out wide, catching the ball downfield.
Switch. There we go. Now, I'm going to play 4th and short, which you can get here. The game, we talked about it earlier. Memphis versus NC State. The first half over 28.5 at -102. A lot of points that we're going to need here, but I broke down everything about this game earlier. Again, kickoff is in 2 hours, so if you get off of work a little early on a Friday and you want to play something, have something to root for, don't feel like watching the full game or you got to watch dinner or eat dinner at 4:30.
Right.
Play the first half.
Feed the
play
dogs,
the first half.
the dog.
Exactly. Now this is tough because we're going to basically need probably 3 scores. Or we will need 3 scores from a team, and we'll also need the other one to keep up. I think we see that in this matchup. I talked about it before. When you have teams that struggle against the pass but are stout against the run, and coordinators and play callers who want to run it up and who want to see what they can do better than the other one, I think it's going to be an ugly defensive game, but a very pretty game for offense and passing offense. Both of these teams at times this year have shown they can have success throwing the football. They've both played in a number of shootouts already. The ACC defenses weren't very good. I already mentioned what the AAC had with defenses. So I think that we're going to see a quick and early scoring adventure, probably 10-7 in the first half, or first quarter, sorry. And then we see more points in the second quarter. I mean, these are quick scoring teams that we've seen this season. A lot of long passes when they want to. And both of these teams, like with the portal and how things are going, don't know how much more time they have with these guys. So these guys want to show what they can do for the portal. That's the new age. That's just where we are.
Yeah.
And I think we see a lot of offense here today.
Shake your ass in the portal. Overtime. I've got 3 plays here, Beltway Ben. Let's start with a little NFL parlay. Mike Evans, 50 or more receiving yards and an anytime touchdown, plus 252 at DraftKings. They've got it priced way better than anybody else. Why do I like this so much? Well, he's a dog. It's a must-win game. He's just back from injury, and Baker loves throwing to him. A lot of people thought he'd be on the pitch count in his last outing, me included. In fact, I told my son Rocco, leave him on your bench in fantasy football. I don't know that he's going to be able to come back after that layoff and make an impact. Shame on me. Thankfully, Rocco advanced to the championship, despite dear old dad. Mike Evans balled out over 100 yards receiving, got force-fed the ball. They couldn't stop it. What happens when Mike Evans faces Carolina? He averages 107 yards per game against Carolina, his last 10 against them. Beltway Benny's got 11 touchdowns in his last 10 games against Carolina. He's gone for 96 yards or more in 5 of his last 6 against Carolina. He has a touchdown in 7 of his last 9 against Carolina. And Carolina's been allowing over 250 passing yards quite regularly lately. It's a do-or-die situation for the division. Baker has looked a little better the last few weeks, and Tampa's on extended rest. So we love that at plus 252. We also like Mike Evans, 80 or more receiving yards, plus 225. We saw your meatball. We acknowledge your meatball. We love meatball. Meatball, I'd like to put you on the TV, but I don't think it's going to happen unless I really twist this camera around. So that's first overtime, Beltway Ben. Second overtime, a premiership parlay. Bournemouth to win, Brentford to win, Man City to win, Erling Haaland to score a goal in that Man City match. That's going to get you plus 401. We covered Bournemouth. Brentford's playing Wolves. I'm not going to belabor that point. Wolves have 0 wins, 2 draws, and 14 losses thus far in the Premiership. They are on pace to be the worst team in the history of the Premiership. When did the Premiership start? Well, in the early 90s, the corporate gods and everybody running soccer, the FA in the UK decided that they were going to change the way they do things a little bit, and the old first division was going to become the Premiership. So that was like when I was in high school. So it's been a minute. And again, Wolves look like the worst team ever in the history since they changed it from the first division to the Premiership. We like Brentford to win that match. Man City's playing West Ham. West Ham are largely shite overall. They're 1-4-3 on the road. They concede goals on the road. Man City is lighting it up right now, and it's Erling Haaland. He's the most prolific striker in the history of the Premiership. It is what it is. Him at home, we think he scores. And then we've also got a little something going on here. We don't do these a lot, but we did want to lean into an anytime goal scorer parlay. We are going a half unit here, choppy. So we like a different citizen attacker here. We like Phil Foden to keep scoring from the wing, to keep scoring inside the 6, to keep scoring with his left foot outside the 18. He scored in 4 straight for the Citizens. I think he's got a 5th in him in a game against West Ham that could be pretty wide open. Our guy Thiago has not found the net in a couple of weeks. That's about to change against the worst team in Premiership history. He's the 2nd leading scorer in the Premiership. We believe he gets number 8. Cole Palmer looked really good, looked like himself for Chelsea last time out. We think there's going to be a lot of goals in that Chelsea-Newcastle game, and we like Cole Palmer to be all over the ball in that match. And then Dominic Calvert-Lewis has been great for Leeds United. And Leeds at home at Ellen Road really go for the gusto. The goals have come in bunches. He scored in 4 straight matches. I believe he's got a 5th in him in what should be a wide open match with Palace. We will have more on that game tomorrow. But Foden to score, Thiago to score, Palmer to score, Calvert-Lewis to score. That is 38-13, folks. That's 38 units. We've got a half unit on it.
Yeah, for overtime, we're going to play a simple parlay. Same guy.
Talk me into this because the quarterback scared me off of it.
See, the quarterback doesn't scare me enough because I feel like a younger quarterback in a spot like this should be relying on the tight end. And if Mike is as smart as people are trying to tell me that he is and he wants to get guys involved, like, why wouldn't it be to throw the football to this tight end that you don't see many guys like in this league? I just thought I agreed with you. When you look at Quinn Ewers playing, it's like, how much are they going to throw the football? Is it a lot of screens to Achane? But to that point, like, the one mismatch on the field, no matter where it is, has to be Waller. I mean, this is a guy that is different for his position. He's been healthy for the past few weeks. Hopefully he stays healthy. And then you have a Bengals defense that's just awful. Now, when you looked at Ewers in college, we saw him get guys like Gunnar Helm drafted where they did, right? Like, that was a tight end that was drafted in the top 2 rounds, and he was comfortable throwing him the football. Darren Waller is a different type of beast. He's faster than most tight ends you'll find, and he's going to be the best tight end that, what's his name's played with, Ewers has played with through his career. Now, would I feel better if it was Tua and we knew that it was going to be the pass-heavy offense? Absolutely. But if Mike is as smart as he thinks he is and is going to do the things that he should do, we should see a lot of throws to Darren Waller. 27.5 regardless. I'm probably going to be on this again, and his anytime touchdown. The Bengals have allowed 15 touchdowns to tight ends this year. Nobody is even remotely close to that in the NFL. Like, that is really a bizarre thing. And it's not one week Travis Kelce had 6 or 5. And it was crazy.
It's every week.
No, it's every damn week that we're seeing this. They suck against tight ends. And, like, I don't know how much of a comparison Isaiah Likely is, but we saw the play that he made after the catch. Now, he fumbled at the goal line.
Yeah.
And the next matchup, they didn't have much, but they threw the ball 12 times.
Yeah, that's true. It should be 16. It should be 16.
Right. I mean, he's going into the end zone. He should hold on to the ball and score, and he doesn't. So, like, Darren Waller's comparable to that. A guy that can do things after the catch. I just really like this spot for Darren Waller, and I know we talk about it every single week on here. The Bengals suck against tight ends. Now, Tua's not playing. How concerning is that, as Jason said? I don't know. I just think it's going to have to be a heavy dose of Waller for Ewers. It has to be.
It was on my short list. I didn't think I was going to give it out this week. I'd said I'm not going to do anything on that game. But Beltway Ben, being the erudite, astute capper that he is, if he's on it, then it's not on others receiving votes. I'm on it. That's the show. Nobody was on it like Beltway Ben last night. Beltway Ben, as always, please let the people know how everything's going here. There you go. That's a lot of green, folks. That's a lot of green. A lot of green. The NBA wasn't too sweaty for us except for the triple-double with Joker. What was the kid? The Cam Johnson or whatever? That kid must have had 14 rebounds. I'm like, could you let Joker get one? He had 2. Let Joker get his triple-double. A lot of triple-double action in the league right now. Did you see Banchero got one, Beltway Ben?
I'm so furious. I played his assist by itself and forgot to give it out yesterday because I gave it out, or I played it the night before. I completely forgot to give it out. And then I was like, well, if he's going to go for his assists and could get there, maybe a half a unit. But, of course, I didn't play it.
I'm thinking long and hard about a Joker Şengün triple-double parlay tomorrow night.
By the way, a real quick trend for people. If Şengün is playing a team that's like top 10 in pace, is an auto double-double. I was looking at that. Someone posted the stat the other day, and then you go back and look at it. It's like crazy. Şengün, Derek
Queen. If they hit their threes, he's going to get the assist. I mean, it's just a matter of the inside-outside game. Is the 3-ball falling for him? But I would think they'll be up for the Nuggets. I mean, they just shot the bed against New Orleans, right? I mean, They didn't score in the fourth quarter, and we still hit that over easy. And frankly, we hit the over. We didn't need overtime. You might look at that and be like, oh, well, nah, it went over in regulation.
Right. We also do have a comment.
Oh, I was
Jeff,
just about to look to see if we got any thing. Okay.
Yeah, Jeff. Jeff does not think that Oklahoma was beating Alabama twice in 1 year. He said he'll eat crow tomorrow if he is wrong, but this is going to be Bama by 3. Ben put 5 units on Bama -3. If I am wrong, I will eat crow on the show tomorrow, but I'm guessing
5
Bama
units?
goes big. I will never put 5 units.
That's
on
all
that.
the dogs to combine. We
I will
we don't
say,
even have
though-
enough bandwidth for that.
I will say, though, like, when this game came out, like I've talked about it, I think Ty Simpson is a legit NFL starting quarterback. I'm super high on this kid. I think he's legit. I don't think he's 100%. Like, there's something not right there with him. He doesn't look right. And as the week went on and we got closer to game time, I did start leaning more and more Oklahoma. I just think those guys are more together in the spot. And I think Alabama, I said, like, the DeBoer thing really scares me. DeBoer thing, Ty Simpson injury. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I think Oklahoma wins this one. I think the money going the way it is also kind of says that. But again, money means anything in this.
So nobody got our reference, huh?
No, we did not have anybody get. I'm going to guess it has something to do with the rock band.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything else about it. Nobody's gonna get the hoodie, but I'll be interested to see if anybody sees this and puts it in there later. So I will remind me tomorrow to.
Is this a popular band?
If you're, among smart people,
Smart.
smart
I don't
people
think
who
that's
have
the word for it.
appreciation for all genres of music.
If you like bad music, you'll probably like that. I get it. I am not a fan of that. Ugh.
We play this band on the show, not as much as we should.
Then it's not the Misfits.
It's not the Misfits. You can never play the Misfits too much. They're not that far removed from the Misfits. Kira's got the 10.5.
Fishbone?
No.
Is that what they called?
No more hints. No more clues. What time we doing this tomorrow? I want to see if anybody gets this.
I don't think anybody's getting this.
They will.
I don't think.
You want to make a bet? You want to make a bet that by tomorrow's show,
bet.
someone has emailed us or put in the comment,
They could
hey,
cheat.
I know.
They could
I
cheat.
know what it's about. How are we going to adjudicate that? Cheat.
I'm not betting this. I don't know if these people listen to garbage music.
What time are we going to do this tomorrow?
Good question. I will say, you could put me in a room by myself and said you can listen to nothing or you have to listen to whatever the hell this is. And I would say, leave nothing on. I just will sit here and dead sound.
You're not really a music person, though.
Yes, I am. Oh, I absolutely am. Just not that type of music. Just not that type of music.
Yeah?
R&B,
What
rap,
are some of your favorite albums of all time?
anything from Drake, old Kanye
Yeah.
before. Drake is
Old Kanye I can get with, but Drake I can't.
Drake is one of the probably best of all time. I'll be honest. Michael Jackson, love Michael Jackson. Fantasia, I like Fantasia a lot. I like a lot of R&B, rap. Lil Baby, I was a huge Lil Baby fan in high school. Hasn't made as many songs.
And he
of
got
late.
big?
No, he just like emotionally scarred when that
He
album
outgrew his
came out. It
diapers?
was incredible, but he doesn't make as many songs now. But yeah, nothing close to what is it? What was your -10.5 or some shit? What was the
Kira's
saying?
got the 10.5.
Kira's got the 10.5. Yeah, never
Kira's
heard
got the 10.5. I'm just glad I got you to say Kira's got the 10.5.
I remember 10.5. I thought it was a betting thing that I didn't know about, and no, it's something else.
No, it's definitely not a betting thing. What time are we gonna do this tomorrow?
Tomorrow we got a big thing for Maddie's birthday. Early. 9:30. That work?
9:30. There you have it. So before the 10 a.m. Premiership kickoffs. Perfect. See you guys at 9:30 tomorrow. See you at 11 on Sunday. And again, Beltway Ben's on the heater. We don't put the bibs on unless it's
Real
deserved.
quick. First time of
Yeah.
December we put the bibs on. This
Yeah.
is the first time in
First
December.
time in a long time. I think it's our guy. I think it's Lilo and Kona. I think it's
Lilo and Kona? Yeah. Maybe. Might be. Absolutely. Shout out to Lilo and
They
Kona.
mixed it up. I don't know whether to bring median to work or not.
Might as well. You know it's ghost town in here.
Yeah, there we go. Lilo and Kona and 3 lobsters. Thank you guys. Oh, you guys, yeah. Email us. Want to bet with us at gmail.com. Kira's got the 10.5.